When you walk into a building, what do you notice about the floor? The shine of tiles, the smoothness of marble, maybe the color. But here's something most people, even professionals, rarely think about. That flow is not just a surface. It's influencing how heat moves, how sound behaves, how much energy the building consumes, and even the air you breathe. We've been treating flooring like decoration, when in reality, flooring is a performance system. And yet, if you look at most buildings today, the dominant choices are still the same: vitrified tiles, ceramic tiles, marble. Why? Because they're predictable, they're widely available, and they feel safe. Builders know how they behave. Contractors know how to install them. Clients trust them. But that safety comes with hidden trade-offs. Let's look deeper. Tile-based systems require extreme manufacturing conditions, high-temperature kilns, often above 1000 degrees Celsius. Marble? It involves quarrying, cutting, transporting heavy stone across long distances. And then there are adhesives and grouts, often containing chemical binders that can affect indoor air quality. So while tiles look durable on the surface, their environmental and energy cost is significant. But that's just the beginning. From a performance perspective, tiles are thermally conductive, they transfer heat quickly. That's why they feel cold. They are acoustically reflective, they bounce sound around. That's why spaces echo. And structurally, they are rigid, which means they crack when the building moves, even slightly. So yes, they are strong. But they are also passive. They don't contribute to the building's performance. They simply sit there. Now let's rethink the problem. What if flooring wasn't just about covering the slab? What if it was about controlling heat, managing sound, supporting structural movement, improving indoor air quality, reducing life cycle impact? That's where sustainable flooring systems come in. But here's the key: sustainable does not just mean eco-friendly. It means performance across the entire life cycle and across the building system. Let's explore some of these systems. Bamboo flooring, a rapidly renewable material. It grows in just a few years, unlike hardwood. It offers moderate insulation and absorbs more sound than tiles. But here's the nuance. Its sustainability depends heavily on how it's processed, especially adhesives. Cork flooring. This one is fascinating. It's made from tree bark, harvested without cutting the tree. It acts as a thermal insulator and a sound absorber. It's not just a surface, it behaves like a buffer layer within the building. Linoleum, often misunderstood, made from linseed oil, wood flour, and natural materials. It's biodegradable, low in emissions, and performs well acoustically. Very different from synthetic vinyl, though they're often confused. Engineered wood, layered construction for stability. Warmer underfoot, better acoustically, and structurally more forgiving than tiles. A hybrid between natural material and industrial control. Polished concrete. This flips the entire idea of flooring. Instead of adding a layer, you refine what already exists. The structural slab becomes the finish. It has high thermal mass, meaning it can store and release heat. And it works exceptionally well with radiant heating systems. Recycled and composite flooring, made from waste materials like rubber or plastic. These systems can be engineered for specific performance, especially acoustic absorption. But quality control is critical. Now here's the real shift. Don't compare looks, compare capabilities. Tiles conduct heat, reflect sound, resist movement, remain passive. Sustainable systems insulate or store heat, absorb sound, adapt to structural changes, interact with energy systems. This is not a material difference. It's a system difference. Let's zoom out to the building level. Thermal performance. Tiles make spaces feel colder, increasing reliance on heating or cooling. Cork or wood reduces that demand. Concrete stabilizes temperature through thermal mass. Acoustics. Hard floors amplify noise. Resilient floors absorb it. That changes how a space feels, dramatically. Structural behavior. Rigid systems crack. Flexible systems adapt. So flooring can either fight the building or move with it. Energy systems. Radiant heating. It depends heavily on flooring type. Some materials enhance it, others block it. Indoor air quality. Every adhesive, coating, and joint matters. Flooring is a continuous surface, it directly affects what occupants inhale every day. Maintenance and life cycle. Tiles are hard to repair selectively. Wood and cork can be refinished. So the real cost isn't just installation, it's the entire life cycle. So if better systems exist, why aren't we using them everywhere? Because the industry prioritizes low upfront cost, Familiarity, execution speed, risk avoidance, not long-term performance, not system integration, not lifecycle optimization. We design for certainty, not for capability. But this is changing. We're starting to see floors integrated with heating and cooling systems. Materials designed for thermal performance. Modular flooring that can be replaced or reused. Even smart floors with embedded sensors. Flooring is evolving into active infrastructure. So the next time you walk into a building, don't just look at the floor. Ask, is this just a surface? Or is it contributing to the building? Because flooring is not just a finish, a material, a design choice, a system that shapes comfort, energy, performance, and time. And once you start seeing it that way, you realize, we haven't just been choosing floors. We've been defining how buildings behave. And that changes everything.